All right, let's just get right into it. For, well, decades now, Apple has been the company that made you feel like you were holding the future in your hands. But now, with this AI revolution just exploding all around us, a lot of people are asking, has Apple lost its touch? Today, we're going to look at how the company that literally changed everything might be losing the AI race. Or, just maybe, they're playing a completely different game that nobody else sees. You remember this, right? When Steve Jobs pulled that first iPhone out of his pocket, you could feel the world shift. For years, that was Apple's superpower, taking tech that already existed and just perfecting it, making it so simple, so beautiful, that you completely forgot anyone else even tried. That quote, it set a standard, a feeling of inevitable magic, a feeling that's getting a lot harder to find these days. And oh boy, nowhere is that more obvious than with Siri. When Siri launched back in 2011, it was mind-blowing. It felt like science fiction. But fast forward to today, and, well, Siri is basically a punchline. You ask it anything more complicated than the weather, and what do you get? Here's what I found on the web. Meanwhile, you've got ChatGPT that can explain quantum mechanics and then write a poem about it for a 5-year-old. So, what happened? Siri went from having a massive head start to being completely lapped by the competition. And that really brings us to the big question here, doesn't it? How on earth did the world's most valuable, most admired tech company get so thoroughly outplayed in the biggest technological shift since the smartphone itself? Or is there something else going on here that we're all missing? Okay, so first, let's look at the case against Apple. The argument that they aren't just a little behind, but are actually facing this perfect storm of problems that got them into this mess in the first place. So, the problem really starts deep, deep down in Siri's code. You see, Apple didn't build Siri from scratch. They bought the company way back in 2010. And over the years, instead of rebuilding it on a modern foundation, they just kept patching it, adding quick fixes. In the software world, this is called technical debt. You've built on a messy, rickety foundation of old code, and now it's almost impossible to improve. It's like trying to add a second story to a house and realizing the whole foundation is made of sand. And you can see the result of that debt right here. At their big conference in 2024, Apple came out swinging, announcing Apple Intelligence with all these incredible promises. But the rollout? It's been staggered, to put it nicely. A few small features showed up with the new iPhone. A few more are tricking out over the next year. But the truly amazing conversational Siri stuff they showed in the demos, yeah, we might not see that until 2026. And the features that did get released? Well, they weren't exactly a home run. One of the main new features, these AI-powered notification summaries, literally started making things up. It was fabricating fake news headlines and then attaching the logos of real news organizations like the BBC to them. I mean, for Apple, the company whose entire brand is built on things that just work, shipping an AI that spreads misinformation is just an unforgivable mistake. And this chart really tells you a lot about why this is happening. Just look at the money. In a single quarter, Microsoft and Google are pouring tens of billions of dollars into the raw infrastructure, the giant data centers, the custom AI chips that you need to build this stuff. And Apple? They're spending just a tiny fraction of that. They're spending their money on stock buybacks while their competitors are spending it to build the future. So when you put it all together, you see that perfect storm. You've got a culture of secrecy that just doesn't work for the collaborative world of AI research. You've got this deep commitment to privacy, which ironically means they don't have the massive amounts of user data you need to train great AI. You've got the massive underinvestment we just saw, and frankly, they were just caught completely off guard when ChatGPT changed the entire world back in 2022. But what if that's only half the story? It's really easy to look at all that evidence and just write Apple off. But come on, this is Apple. What if being behind is actually part of a very deliberate, very cunning plan? Let's flip this around and look at the counterargument, that Apple is losing this early battle on purpose so that they can win the war. I mean, this has always been Apple's playbook, right? Think about it. There were tons of MP3 players before the iPod. There were smartphones way before the iPhone. Apple's genius has never really been about being the first. It's about being the best. They let everyone else fight it out, they watch, they learn, and then they release a version that is so perfectly integrated and easy to use that it makes everything else look clumsy. Maybe that's exactly what they're doing with AI. And their whole strategy seems to hinge on this one key idea: on-device AI. So instead of sending your personal texts, your photos, your questions all the way to some massive server farm in the cloud, Apple wants to do as much of the AI work as possible right there on the chip inside your phone. It's way harder to do, technically, but it's the absolute key to their #1 selling point. And that, of course, is privacy. This is the brilliant part. Apple is taking its biggest weakness,
not having enough user data, and turning it into its greatest strategic advantage. They're building what you could call a privacy fortress. And now, if the big AI players like Google or OpenAI want to get access to Apple's 2 billion users, guess what? They have to play by Apple's rules. It makes Apple the powerful gatekeeper, not just another competitor.
And while the public story has been that Apple is just sitting on the sidelines, get this. They've secretly been on an absolute shopping spree. 32. That's how many AI startups Apple quietly bought in 2023 alone. Now that's more than Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon combined. So no, they're not sleeping. They've been very, very busy, strategically buying up all the missing pieces.
And just look at what they're buying. It's so telling. They're not just buying chatbots. They're buying companies like Yabs, which focuses on security to stop AI from hallucinating or leaking your data. And Darwin AI, a company that specializes in making these huge AI models smaller and more efficient so they can run right on your phone. See the pattern? They're buying the nuts and bolts to build a bulletproof, private, on-device intelligence system from the ground up.
So here's the playbook laid out. Step 1. Build that privacy fortress and make on-device AI the default. Step 2. Use their total control over the hardware, their Apple Silicon chips, to make their AI faster and more efficient than anyone else's. Step 3. Quietly buy up all the key technologies they need. And finally, Step 4. For the really heavy lifting, partner with the big cloud AI companies, but force them to operate on Apple's terms, inside Apple's private ecosystem.
And all of this leads to a pretty fascinating conclusion. Maybe we've all been looking at this the wrong way. What if Apple isn't even trying to win the same race as everybody else?
So here's the real takeaway, I think. Apple isn't trying to build a better ChatGPT. They don't care about winning the chatbot race. They're trying to build the world's first true personal intelligence system. This isn't an AI that you go and visit in an app or a web browser. It's an invisible, helpful layer that's just woven into your camera, your maps, your messages, your photos. It's an intelligence that understands you and your context and works across all your devices, all without ever shipping your private life off to the cloud.
So where does this all go? Well, here are the 4 most likely futures. A dramatic comeback where they reveal some secret project and blow everyone away? Possible, but probably not. A slow, sad decline as the feature gap with Android gets too big? Also a real risk. But the most likely outcome, by far, is the partnership model. Apple focuses on what it does best, the beautiful, private, seamless user experience, and lets powerful AI from partners like Google or OpenAI do the heavy lifting under the hood. It's smart, it's pragmatic, and it gets them back in the game fast.
And that leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. For the past couple of years, everyone's been watching Apple, wondering how they could be losing the AI race so badly. But maybe the real question we should be asking is this. Were they ever even running in that race to begin with? Or have they been quietly building an entirely different kind of finish line, one that no one else is even close to reaching?